This was the first thing conceived. A modern-day gangster at the end of his ropes with an antique Tommy gun. We're in Chicago. It's a throwback to the 1930 gangster pics.
It's a major sequence. It lasts over 3 days. There's a ton of special effects, complicated cinematography. We've got a lot of actors out here, a lot of stunts. We did a car crash yesterday. We had a techno crane out. There's a lot of elements at play, a lot of them. This location in particular, under the Dan Ryan overpass, it's very good, very gritty.
But we just had to clean up some of this stuff. This was basically a place where, you know, bums had been hanging out and living, actually. We had to kick a few out before we came in with production. So we just had to make sure it was clean. We had to sweep up a bunch of dirt.
I've been on every angle of this situation before. I've made the call, I've seen the drive, and I've been the friend. Every angle but the one I'm in right now.
How's your weekend?
A little rough around the edges. You?
Lorenzo has put the hit out on Lou. He wants to be the boss of his crew.
Well, essentially, Lou, played by Frank Vincent, is an aging mob hitman with the Chicago outfit. And he was doing some jobs for the big boss, kind of getting back into the swing of being a hitman, and he sort of messed up.
Lou trusts me a lot. We're old friends, and I've been meeting with him all these other times, so I tell him, meet me here.
The mob figures when you get locked up, you're gonna squeal. So he figured that out, and he had to meet with Sammy here. And he knew that even though Sammy was an old friend, that Sammy was gonna try and kill him.
Because that's just how the business works, you know? It's nothing personal, just business.
I could use a smoke, Sam.
Sure thing, pal.
For an action sequence of this magnitude, it's essential to have storyboards that are very detailed and thorough, that explain each and every shot throughout the sequence.
This was one of the first scenes that we did storyboards for, and storyboards are always paramount in effectively communicating the ideas to everybody in the crew.
That doesn't mean you can't stray from the idea. That's just a starting point that you need to have.
A guy named Dan Harris, a very talented artist that we went to school with.
He drew the whole movie out, so we had specific vision on paper so that everybody could see what was going to happen next.
With these storyboards that we have for this scene, I'm very confident that our final shots will turn out almost identical.
Lou came expecting the worst. Dressed in his nice suit, his death suit in case he got killed. He was looking good. And he brought his antique, his Thompson submachine gun.
Action!
Just in case.
It's been fun shooting that relic. That's a big machine gun. And we just shot it about 18 times, so it was fun doing it.
The Tommy gun is probably the largest prop piece in the entire film because of its metaphorical significance to the story and the character.
As a director, it doesn't cut it unless you have quality special effects.
The Tommy Gun Shootout is definitely the biggest, most elaborate, and most expensive scene in the film.
And Bruce Strong is coming through in a big way.
I basically wanted to make the bullets look like real bullets hit the car. You don't just drill a hole and bullets kind of skate along, they tear, and then they go in.
The Tommy gun fires 100 rounds and burst shots, so it would do quite a bit of damage all over the car.
Now, our special effects team is taking it up a notch in this sequence to really pull through and make that violence realistic and entertaining.
So we're dealing with blowing out tires, blowing out headlights, blowing out the windshield and the hood, and to try to most accurately simulate Tommy gun firing as possible.
In this scene, one of our major events is the car crash. What's important about the car crash is that the stunts are done safely and properly.
We talked about a couple different options on how we can crash the car. I really wanted to get the most movement out of the vehicles and try to get the most action out of everything.
Well, Aaron Crippen's been our stunt coordinator for about 4 or 5 years now. We've worked on several different projects with him of all different types.
He is Beverly Ridge Pictures' official stunt guy.
And he and his guys are a great team of brave souls to come out here and do this stuff for us.
And he can give you 4 or 5 different variations and variables that could happen.
It's our first week, and we're on schedule, and everything's looking really good.
I think it went close to flawlessly. You know, there was a couple shots we cut out, we didn't have time to get. A couple moments that could have been a little stronger. I'm just so happy we got what we did in the 3 days that we had to shoot. It was the toughest sequence of my life so far, man.